Hi folks, Mike here from Random Acts of Cooking, and I got a little care package from Michael Pitre at Heaven Made Products. He sent me some, well, because I use it a lot and I actually give some of it away. It's incredible seasoning, 16 ounces. Anyway, he gave me some new ones to try. I have a Blackened Seasoning and I have a Smokey Jalapeno to try out. Now the Blackened Seasoning, I don't know if you can tell what, it's got a picture of a fish on it. I'm not using fish. I'm going to use it on some ribs. They're actually pork spare ribs. So it's a pretty meaty package. Anyway, let's get this open, take off the membrane, and I'm going to cut it in half. And I'm going to season half of it with the Smokey Jalapeno, and half of it, even though it's got a picture of a fish, I'm using it on a pig. The Blackened Seasoning on the other half. Season them pretty good. Let them set for about 15-20 minutes or so, and I'm going to get the pit barrel cookie ready outside. Hang them from that and cook them, and keep them wet with a little bit of apple juice so they don't dry out too much. And that's all I'm doing to them is those seasonings and a little spritz of apple juice during the cook, and well, let's see what happens. Okay, here's my two halves of a rib, rack of ribs. Got the membrane off, and I didn't trim any extra meat off. I'm going to leave all of this stuff on here, but what I'm going to do is just rub a little olive oil, rub a little cooking oil on here to use as a binder for the seasoning. I'm going to say on this bigger one, I'm going to use the Smokey Jalapeno. Get a good coating of that on both sides and all the edges. And on the little bit smaller one, I'm going to use the Blackened Seasoning. Okay, these are going to sit here and absorb the seasoning for a while I get the pit barrel cooker ready, so I'll see you outside. Okay, we have our pit barrel cooker up to temperature. Got some applewood smoking in there, and what I've done is I hung a hook from both sides of this, so if I want to take it off later and flip it end to end, I don't have to worry about putting another hook in. Alright, so this is the Smokey Jalapeno. This one is the Blackened Seasoning. Alright, that's it. I'm sure this is going to take a few hours to do because this meat is fairly thick. So, gotta get this lid back on there and see you a little later. Alright, we're about 2 hours into this cook. And what I did just maybe about 15 minutes ago is I rotated these end to end with the other hooks that I have on them. That's what we're getting so far. Get a little bit of pullback on the, this was the bottom side, now this is the bottom side. It's alright, here's the big one. Actually, I rotated both of them. I just checked the temperature because my Thermopan, one of my probes I think has gone bad on it. It's kept getting an LLL, so I wasn't sure of the temperature. Anyway, I just checked them. I'm about 165-ish on both of these. Not quite there yet, so let's see, I'm going to spritz these and then put the lid back on and give them another hour or so. Actually, maybe a half an hour, and I'll be back. Take a look at them. I don't know if you can read that, but that's our outdoor temperature today. 102 degrees. Whew, warm out here. Okay, these have been on just a little over 4 hours. About a half an hour ago I went ahead and pulled them and wrapped them. And we're at an internal temperature now of around 200. Oops. Give or take a couple. So I think it's time to pull these off of here, let them rest for a little bit, get them inside and see what we ended up with. Alright, now I'll see you back inside. Okay, here we are. It's been resting for about 15 minutes. Okay, here we are. This has been resting for about 15 minutes. For a recap, if I did it right. This is the Smokey Jalapeno, and this side is the Blackened Seasoning. And what I'm going to do to see what we ended up with, I'm just going to cut these right in the middle and go for it. So I'm just going to go into a rib. This is the Smokey Jalapeno. Oh, bite off the bone. Oh man, wow. I like ribs. Alright, this is the Blackened Seasoning. Alright, the Blackened Seasoning, I get a little more of the chili powder and the red pepper flavor on that. Smoky jalapeno, different flavor. They're both absolutely wonderful. You know what I'd like to do, and I'll probably do this in my next video, is I'm going to do this Blackened Seasoning on some trout that I have in the freezer, maybe in a few days when I get these ribs done. The smoky jalapeno, I'm going to make some eggs, an omelet with this one in it. They're both really good. I thank you again, Michael Pitre, for sending these to me. It's incredible. My mom and sister really like this one, so that's where this one's going to go. These two might be just a little bit more heat than what my mother and sister would like. I'll give them a chance to try it anyway. But these are really good. Thank you, Michael. They're going to be put to good use. They already have on the ribs. I like ribs. Alright. 2 thumbs up for me. Thanks again, and we'll catch you all later. Bye.